Hi, I'm Emma Linton from Delaware, and today we'd like to give you a high-level overview of the Power Platform. The Power Platform is a set of components and tools that sit on top of the Microsoft Power Platform and Dataverse. There are 5 pillars of Power Platform that are shown on the screen here, and we're going to look at each one. So very quickly, we've got Power BI, which is your reporting and analytics. We've got Power Apps for app development. We've got Power Automate, which allows you to automate processes, does what it says on the tin. We've got Power Virtual Agents, which are chatbots like live chat. And we've got Power Pages, which allows you to create external and internal facing websites. All of those pillars sit on top of data connectors, an AI, artificial intelligence builder, and Dataverse. Your data connectors allow you to connect these tools to themselves, each other, and any other data source that you can think of. I think there are about 675 plus connectors now, not just Microsoft products, all different kinds of products. So things like Outlook, but also things like DocuSign or SQL Server. You can also use connectors and create custom connectors for any systems that have open APIs. So you've still got the ability to connect to data sources that, if that connector doesn't exist already, you can still go ahead and do that. The AI Builder allows you to create artificial intelligence models. It comes with 6 standard models out of the box for you to have a play with. So it's things like sentiment analysis, looking at the contents of an email perhaps and telling you whether that person sounded happy or sad or angry. It can also do things like reading invoices and extracting the data from invoices from the fields, and object recognition. So you can train these models to recognize a particular object and identify the objects in the pictures. And then finally, Dataverse. Dataverse is like the foundation of all of this. So it is a database, but it's also the security, and it also is the governance for your Power Apps and your Power Automate, all of that stuff. So Power Apps, we've got 2 different kinds of Power Apps. We've got Canvas apps, which are typically used on mobiles and tablets. They can also be displayed on desktops and within Teams, but they're highly flexible, highly customizable, really great for graphics, for things that are easy and intuitive to use, completely open, so you're not restricted in any way in terms of what colors you want to use, what buttons and controls. Really cool tool. The model-driven apps are a little bit more structured. The actual look and feel is pretty much set in stone. We've got some flexibility, but it's a lot more static. And it's really great for taking your data from your Dataverse model and building relationships and business processes, used really heavily with back office staff. And it's actually the foundation for your Dynamics, sales and customer service first-party apps. With Power Automate, there are multiple different ways and types of Power Automate. You can see here that we've got 3 different types of cloud flows. We've got automated flows, which are flows that are triggered by a different event happening. So you can say, when that record in the database gets updated, send me an email. That's an example of an automated flow. We've got instant flows, which are flows that are run by the user when the user wants them to run. So that might be when I click on a button in an app, that then it will trigger the flow. And then we've got scheduled flows, which are set to run on a regular scheduled basis. So that could be daily, weekly, monthly, or whatever time and date you determine. We've then got business process flows, which are used in our model-driven apps. That's to help users follow a guided process. So if you have a set process in your organization where people are qualifying leads and dealing with opportunities and converting those opportunities into orders, you might want to have a standard process that everybody follows. That's what a business process flow would help you do. And then finally, desktop flows. Desktop flows are used for systems that you don't necessarily have connectors for. You can use desktop flows to scrape data from a website. You can also use them to access systems that might be on a standalone PC, and you can actually get it to record your actions. So you can record that you've clicked on this field, that you've copied this data, that you've clicked on that button, and get it to repeat that for you. So again, it's about taking repetitive maybe monotonous tasks that your team does on a regular basis and trying to automate it so that it frees your staff up to do more important work. Here's some examples of the different kinds of flows. So you can see we've got cloud flows up there on the left-hand side, very, very inline coding. Desktop flows are similar, but they have a much wider range. So you can see on the right-hand side there's a lot more to the desktop flows. And then underneath there's an example of what a business process flow would look like, where you can set different stages and record what happens in each stage. Here's some visuals of Power BI. You can see that we've got the ability here to actually take data and model it. So you're able to take data from multiple different sources and connect it together in the same report. You're able to transform data and clean it within Power BI. And then you've got a wide range of visuals and charts that you can use to create dashboards for your users. Power Pages, this is our portal offering. So we can see that we've got a standard design studio that helps people who aren't web developers to design their pages and make them look really good. All of this sits on top of Dataverse, so you'd be using Dataverse in the back end to configure and do all the settings for your app. But you've still got the ability to use CSS style sheets and add HTML and Liquid to make your web page look as customized as you like. You can create web Power Pages for internal employees or for customers or even for partner organizations. And finally, we've got Power Virtual Agents, which is our chatbots. So we can see here we've got an example of a chatbot that's being tested. On the left-hand side, that's what the user would normally see. And in the right-hand side, that's what the design looks like. So we're actually looking for trigger phrases that the customer might use to ask questions, and then we're deciding how we want to answer. Power Virtual Agents do use AI to machine learn, so they do get better at recognizing phrases as we go along. And you can embed these chatbots in Teams, on websites, in Facebook, in various channels. I hope you find this useful. Don't hesitate to get in touch if you've got any questions. We're really happy to help. Thanks for watching.